ever really wanted to have to make.
So, this is REN situation. I heard the beat was a problem.
But it's very important for me that I do. All the time, artists all over the world pour their souls into their work, and that work is tainted by money or greed. A lot of you will have been asking me the question why Sick Boy has disappeared now, as well as YouTube on streaming services. It's a video that was very...
Watch REN clap back. Yeah, next Thursday. We're gonna be sitting on that reaction. I'm gonna film that Friday, because I got work then. But next Thursday, there's gonna be something new dropping.
Close to me. It's a video that told my story about my health.
He asked
it's a video
the
that told the
reaction
story
community.
Of many other people who have been gaslit by the medical
We're
community.
gonna be there for him.
It's a story of greed in the music industry, ironically, funnily enough. It's also a song that I poured tens of thousands of pounds into for a music video, for promotion. It was also the leading title of the only #1 album that I've got, so I was very, very proud of it.
Yeah.
And we'll no longer have that song, guys.
You know what's funny? I still have that song. I never made a video on it, I think. But I do still have that song. Watch. There's Sick Boy. Right there. Insane that he took it down. I heard it was because of the beat. Horrible.
And I want to go into the reasons why. Also, I do recommend sticking around to the end of this video, because I've got a very exciting announcement about all of this that relates to all of this right at the end.
I'm
People
happy
who
that
have
I
been
still have the
following me
song,
for a
but
while, they'll know
come
the
on.
sort of person I am. They know the principles that I have, and they'll know how I treat other independent artists. So they'll know why it was so important for me to have to make this video. And I want this to be as unbiased as possible. Obviously, I'm emotionally affected by it, and that may leak in, right? But I want to share entire clips of these conversations so there can be no doubt. Also, if KUJO and his girlfriend want to share any more screenshots of other those conversations, I encourage them to, because I believe that this should all be public knowledge, so there can be no doubt. Rather than taking people's words from it, I would like them just to see transparently what has happened here. To give context for all of this, back in 2022, I buy a beat from BeatStars, right? For anyone who doesn't know, BeatStars is a platform that connects producers to artists who need beats. I do produce most of my own work, but I wanted to find some hip-hop beats for inspiration. What I would usually do is buy a beat, arrange it slightly differently, tweak it myself, add my own vocals, add my own layers and stuff like that. I find this banging beat, right?
So he bought the beat and he still got copyrighted? What? He bought the beat. Like, he's completely in his right. So does that mean there's going to be a trial?
Producer called KUJO Beats, which I buy an unlimited license for. This is all very important to keep in mind for later on.
Unlimited license, $100.
Right. I buy an unlimited license, which means that I am able to put it on all streaming platforms and get as many streams as I want, and all recording on platforms like YouTube, etc. Right. After I do this, I send
it's complicated.
my YouTube guy that
he bought the rights. The rights were right there. How does
I work with, and I send the publishing team an email just giving them a heads up, being like, yo guys, I bought this beat, they need to be registered correctly, content ID needs to be turned off. I'll put a clip of that. I'm putting screenshots of those messages here, just in case KUJO claims I never did this. I did do this. I also went the extra mile and messaged the team and said, look, we need to credit him on Spotify credits and stuff like that as well.
Ben is great.
Because sometimes artists don't always fully credit producers. I think that I forgot to do it in the YouTube description for like the first month or two, and then I updated it, and then he was fully credited the whole time, right? That was just a lapse, because there was a lot going on. I was in Canada treating and stuff. But anyway, he was credited fully, like, very soon in everywhere, and as far as I was aware, registered everywhere. So I don't think anything of it, right?
Right.
Also, in the BeatStars contract, it says very clearly that the person selling you the beat has to own the beat, and if there are any elements of the beat that he doesn't own, he has to let you know. This is very important to remember for what.
Producer warns that he did not sample. Any uncopyrighted material or sound recordings belong to any other person, firm, or corporation without first having notified the licensee. The licensee shall have no obligations to approve the use of the sample.
What is to
Hold on.
follow as well. Telling you the beat has to own BeatStars contract. It says very clearly that the person selling you the beat has to own the beat, and if there are any elements of the beat that he doesn't own, he has to let you know.
Okay.
This is very important to remember for what is to follow as well, right?
Oh gosh.
So yeah, I think there's no problems. I buy the beat, I record a song, and this is before things have blown up with my music, so I'm still pretty underground artist at this point. I record the track, put it out. I even get a message from him at some point, which is also important to remember because of the hypocrisy of this whole situation. That's like, wicked, I love the track. Okay? Remember that too. Before I begin, I just want to add this. I have no problem with BeatStars. I think they're a very innovative company who actually help people make art, which I'm very, very passionate about. I think the contracts and the things you're getting into could be clearer, because we're now in a situation negotiating older tracks bought from BeatStars. I would love to talk to the if anyone from there is watching, I imagine they will be at some point. I would love to talk to the CEO, founder of BeatStars, face to face, just because I want to understand how something like this could have happened, and I want to understand why it escalated the way it did, because from what I've heard, he's someone who cares a lot about artists, and someone who creates a platform like that, I think, must be very passionate about music.
Yeah, exactly. So that means if REN didn't become that big, I think the guy who made the beat never made a problem out of it in the first place.
I'd love to chat to you if you're listening, and I'd love to figure out why this happened and how we can stop things like this happening in the future. I also think that there needs to be a bit more stringent checks on if people are selling unlicensed samples, because then things tend to get a little bit sticky like they have here. Anyway, that's it. I have no problem with BeatStars because I'm not interested in going to war with them, because I think that it's really cool that there's a platform like that exists for artists and producers to be connected. Just thought I'd put that out there and make that clear. Right, so I arrive home from Canada after a 1.5 year long treatment of treating brain damage and autoimmunity, which a lot of you will know if you've been following my journey. And I'm expecting a nice 2 weeks with my mates before I do my first ever solo show in 5 years because of my health. So I'm just like, I want a nice chill time. I want to be
First ever solo show in 5 years.
able to focus on
Is he going to fight it? I'm going to look and see if there's any large tube following this.
rehearsing and stuff. Very early on, I wake up to a message saying, yo, your song Sick Boy has been taken down. So I look at it, and sure enough, it's been copyright striked from this guy KUJO Beats, the channel. And initially I'm like, oh, this just must be some automatic fuck up.
Exactly.
So, like,
YouTube is not always that good. You know, in my videos, almost on all videos, there's at least 10 seconds that YouTube then says, yo, these 10 seconds don't belong to you. You won't make any money off of it. Enjoy. And on REN's skill, it's way bigger, because he has released this on everywhere, every platform.
like, I don't take it too seriously. I send him a message like, yo, there must have been a technical error or something here. No response for
My
2 days.
channel has a copyright strike now, and his channel had a copyright strike. Not just any other claim, not a copyright claim, which is very different. A strike. A straight up strike. That's one of the 3. If he gets 3, REN's channel is gone. No second. No, there's nothing. You just get terminated. And you lose a couple privileges. For example, streaming, I believe.
So I'm like, what's going on? So I check his channel, and then I see a comment of that beat that he licensed me, and I see a comment that's like,
What?
Ren has left me no choice. I'm sorry that I had to do this. And I'm like, okay, so this was intentional. Like,
Yeah, it was.
what? Like, the last conversation I had with this guy was months ago, with him being like, yo, big up your work, it's sick. So I'm like super confused about it.
What?
So I send him another email like, dude, what's going on? Again, I get absolutely no response. So I put a comment on his
Come on, man.
YouTube comment section, and I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get hold of you. Why are you ignoring me? Like, I just want to resolve.
Look at this. It's a wall of text. They just told me they were dealing with it. Heard nothing. Love to sort it out. It's such a pain. Legal. If you could get me low, is talking. Oh, wow. To resolve it Ren is the big person here.
Resolve this amicably. What's going on? Finally, I get a response on Instagram, and for the sake of this video, I'm just going to
bringing the facts.
put all of these responses in
This
their
is
full
what's happening.
form, so that there can be no doubt as to what happened. I'm just going to read out like the key moments and
He
explain.
left me no choice. That means that the guy tried to reach out to Ren, even though he clearly didn't.
The key moments. But if anyone's like interested in deep diving, so there can be no doubt as to what's happened here, feel free to pause it. If KUJO and his girlfriend, like I said, feel like I've left anything out, they are welcome to post it. I have nothing to hide about this situation. So he responds, and he tells me that he's been talking to my lawyer for months, which I have no idea about. I've been in Canada.
Oh, wow.
And he seems like quite a nice guy initially, so I'm like, okay, maybe this has all just been a misunderstanding. I remember even saying to like Connor and that, I was like, this has probably just been a misunderstanding and something's gone wrong here. Don't worry. He seems like you're
It gets more intense. Wow.
all right, dude.
Okay.
We will sort this out. But then after that little exchange, I noticed a comment in the YouTube comment section on his video saying that I'm lying about the situation, when I thought that we like on the same page here. So I pull him up on it, and he's like, oh no, I didn't say you were lying, when he clearly did. That should have been
What?
like the first red flag for me, but still giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, mate.
I'm really not trying to damage your image. Let me go edit the comment and let me get back to you right away. Because he's hiding his tracks.
Maybe another misunderstanding. Anyway,
He's like covering up the footprints behind him.
so I contact my lawyer to find out what the hell's happening, because I'm in the dark about all of this situation. And he explains to me that I've been sold a beat with a stolen sample, with an unlicensed sample.
Oh my god.
And that the Bulgarian Bulgarian choir sample owners had chased him and gone, look, you've used this beat without permission, you've used this sample without permission, and so you need to give us 50% of the publishing split. And what my lawyer's done, because we were sold a beat in good faith and it wasn't actually cleared, he's reached out to KUJO and gone, look, I think you need to absorb this for selling this in bad faith, basically. And they've gone, no, we're not going to absorb that. And then it's escalated, and I think because my lawyer was being slightly slow with the responses, they also, keep in mind, I don't know any of this is happening right now. To get my attention, they issue a copyright strike on the video, which affects my YouTube channel, by the way.
It affects it hard.
And the video gets taken down as a form.
Just to get attention, it is illegal to file a false copyright strike. Illegal. Very illegal. It's you challenge someone's livelihood. You put someone's entire life, especially when they're online. Now, Ren is probably not the worst with money, I think. But some people live off of YouTube. If you get a strike, it's over. Everything you've built for, it's gone.
Form of leverage.
Just to get attention. What?
Which is a bizarre way of dealing with things, I think, because it would have been a good idea to contact me, maybe, like
yes.
anyone first, if this was getting so like blown up. Like maybe the lawyers, maybe KUJO could have actually reached out to me, the artist. Nobody did. So I found that a bit bizarre. Any fucking way. Then I read a comment and
we can talk on Instagram or email if you want. I've been in negotiations with your lawyer for months without receiving any satisfactory response. That is such a low comment. You know what that means? I don't like what I hear, so you have yet to pay me. What? He clearly paid for it.
Another comment that KUJO's posted calling me a coward to pay the royalties he's owed, and I'm like, what royalty? That's also
Ren needs to pay his royalties because he was dishonest. Okay, sure. I'll get it. No, that's completely fair. That's completely how it works.
In my head, the publishers are just paying him the money, and now the situation has to change until everyone agrees on it. But I wasn't even privy to that conversation about what a fair split should be yet. So I was like, what? I don't owe you. I don't owe this guy money. Like, there's no master splits on the BeatStars contracts, by the way. So all money that comes in to KUJO, which should be paid to KUJO, rightly so, comes from the publisher, which is nothing to do with me, by the way. I explained this so many times in this conversation, by the way, and he's adamant to say, probably short of like 50 times, pay me my money. I am nothing to do with his money, right? So it's a very bizarre thing to keep saying, but I try to explain that to him patiently.
What?
Never really takes it in. Anyway, he calls me a coward on this comment, so I pull him up on that.
So this KUJO guy, what I've heard so far, this guy is kind of... He's kind of a menace to society, not gonna lie.
This actually starts to then...
The lying, the not listening, just wanting more money. If REN didn't make any money off of this, he would have just been silent.
Rub me up a little bit. So I'm like, I pull him up on that. It's saying like, the hell,
just to be correct here, so he got a sample. KUJO got a sample in that beat that he used and didn't have permission for, and now he's telling it's REN's problem. Bet I edited out, like I said. I woke up to a bunch of angry fans and got me shook. I don't understand why your lawyer didn't tell you anything. That's on him. Yo, this guy is just... What? What? A copyright strike? So, REN brings up the copyright strike, and this guy then says... Yeah, but I've been talking for months to your lawyer, so I'm in the right... What? No!
Cowardly. Anyway...
No!
I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt at this point. Anyway, despite this, I feel like he's probably just misinformed, so I still take his side on it, and I go on to reassure him he'll get paid his publishing money because I want him to get paid his publishing money. Doesn't affect me in any way, so like I was like, yeah, I'll chase it up for you. I let him know that I'm happy to split publishing if there's a bit of a grey area, and I'm kind of reassuring him. It's really...
So REN is now just going after the publisher to say, yo, just pay this guy.
Really important to remember this, by the way, guys, because some of the lies that are posted later make me out to be really unreasonable. So I'm like, yo.
Okay, hold up. Let me read that then.
If there's a bit of any way, so like.
Right, homie. So, look, situation. We figure out what the percentage is. Bulk on choir is one thing from publishing. I have a feeling it's stupidly high. Then we just talk out fairly. Then I'll go back to them. What we got agreed on. I prefer to let my guy at B-Stars handle the legal stuff, since I'm a beat maker, not a negotiator. And I have no idea what's fair and what isn't. That's fair. And REN thinks it's fair too. If you'd like, I can give you his contact. No, that's good. That's good. I want to understand why that isn't clear in the contract. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I was like, yeah, I'll chase it up for you. I let him know that I'm happy to split publishing if there's a bit of a grey area, and I'm kind of reassuring him. It's really important to remember this, by the way, guys, because some of the lies that are posted later make me out to be really unreasonable. So I'm like, yo, if there's...
Okay, so... Oh my god, he's gonna lie. More! What? All I want to know, which nobody is telling me, is... Were you legally obliged to either inform me or clear the sample before I bought it? You should cover publishing if no. Let's just split the publishing, equally on whatever share is left over after the guys chasing the sample have their share. That's harmed my own hard work. Yeah, okay, the copyright strike is a real bad problem, alright? That's not okay. That is not okay. What I still don't understand is why there's a copyright strike. Had nothing to do with publishing. Yeah, that harms very much. I don't care about whatever the splits end up being. All I care is what the legally right and wrong. So I don't understand why no one can give me an answer. It's so simple to me.
If there's some simple mistake, let's split the publishing. It's cool. I'm happy to do that. Yeah. Anyway, so he comes back to me and lies more. He says it's always up to the performer to clear the sample. It's not. It's up to the producer. But unless there's been a conversation. But in this case, as you can see, we're willing to make concessions for you to get your fair share. So actually, it's me making the concessions here because he sold a stolen sample. And I'm like, you know what? You can still have some publishing split, right? So like, I'm actually being the one that's being quite reasonable here. And he's flipped on his head like, we'll be good to you, you know, because I've done nothing wrong in this situation. Anyway, I was
That's a lie and then making it out that they're the good guys. And that's probably going to be a trend. Hi, Mona. I hope you are having a good day. Stay around to see a dead body. What?
And then he says, I was under the impression you would have received a warning. I had no idea that the video would be completely taken down. Another lie, as you'll see soon. He and his lawyer agreed to take this video down as a form of leverage.
It's a form of leverage, man. What a tactical, horrible game. Just zero empathy.
Only possible negotiation tactic to get a response. Maybe message me. They're scratching their head. How can we get a response? Okay, we'll take his video down, issue a copyright strike, which also, I didn't actually violate the contract.
Exactly.
Not intentionally. So the only possible tactic...
They could also just have sent a warning on email. Like, could you please take this down because it is stolen? And then they could have just worked it out, being temporarily blocked instead of instantly copyright striking.
Dude, message me. Send me an email. Like, you've messaged me before to tell me that you love my work. So, like, send me an email about this.
Not that hard.
Anyway, he says he also wants to wrap it up immediately and get the song back online. Another lie, as you will see later on, because he decides to stick to his guns and use the video as leverage. Anyway, the plot thickens. I get an email from their lawyer, and I'm not going to share it in case they start claiming I'm sharing things I'm not supposed to. But I get an email, and it says, on top of the publishing split, they want a £3,000 payment, right? They want a 15% retroactive split of the master, which has nothing to do with publishing, which means like 15% of everything the song has ever made since it came out. Retroactively, so since it's come out to this moment and then into the future, when I've paid for an unlimited sample, unlimited license beat, and with that you're talking money from record sales, you're talking money from streaming things, you're talking all of that when they haven't put any effort into promoting the song. He's made a beat and he's stolen part of the beat, and he wants 15% of everything the song has ever made for that, plus a £3,000 advance. Out of principle, I wasn't going to give him that. But because like may have been slightly open to negotiations if they hadn't used the song as leverage and actually treated me like a decent person.
Exactly. All you got to do in this world is just be human with each other. This is zero empathy whatsoever from the guy, from KUJO Beats.
Put like lies about the situation.
Just use everything you have in your power. Just everything. Yes, your reputation will be shredded to the ground. You will never return. Ever. No one will ever look good at you ever again in the music industry. But you will have some money. Good job.
Right? But out of principle, I wasn't going to agree to that. And also to clarify, when I...
So, OBS just stopped for a second. Is it back? No worries.
I've been in rooms with producers and we've made a song from scratch. I've done a lot of like 50-50 splits, or I've done like 25-75, or with other collaborated artists, we just agree on a split that's like 50-50, 25. So, like 15% isn't outrageous, right?
Exactly.
What's outrageous is that they already sold it with an unlimited license right from the get-go. So you go into BeatStars thinking, I'm buying an unlimited license for this much money, right? And I was broke at the time when I bought that beat. So it's like, you go into the situation buying something, and then later on down the line, it can come back and sting you if they go, oh, this slight thing, well, we found a loophole here, which means that now you owe us all this money, right? So it's like, it was
horrible.
kind of unfair, because say you buy a painting off somebody for £10, and then the price of it rises exponentially because maybe the painter dies or something, or he becomes really popular.
Mm-hmm.
You don't then just go back to the person you sold it to and go, oh, that painting's worth like 20 times more now, give me a bit more money for it, because the transaction's been done. Exactly. And that's kind of how I felt about the BeatStars thing. It wasn't about me losing money, it was about the principle of like, we've stepped...
You come back on your word. That's so stupid. Yo, I would like he bought an unlimited license, but actually it wasn't an unlimited license, it's 15% of all sales it can make. If Ren knew that before, he definitely wouldn't have said, all right, I'm gonna do that. What's up, C-Lad? We're watching this right now. Also, we're gonna be doing a whole lot this weekend in filming. Like, I got some stuff planned. Hold up. Quick in-between part. Look at this. Clown Comedy Reacts. It's gonna come. Ooh.
Into this agreement, and I was in full faith thinking,
what's wrong?
I was buying an unlimited sample, but that's unlimited license, sorry, but that's not actually what's happened, is it? Right? And it says that if I don't agree to this, they're within their right to claim 100% of the
Yeah, exactly. KUJO is just done in the industry.
song because I have breached something in the contract, right? Now,
It wasn't in the contract.
this is what I breached. Apparently, content ID was turned on the track, okay, on YouTube. As you'll see from my earlier on in this video, I actually specifically requested content ID was turned off, and my YouTube guide did turn it off. There has been something to do with the distribution where somewhere along the line, even after I specifically requested this, it may have gotten turned on at some point, right? Where this doesn't actually make any money, which we've got proof of, because I actually let reactors, I let content creators monetize their own videos where they're reacting to my songs. I've done this since the start because I believe that everyone should get paid. It helps promote me. I'm not losing out. Everyone's a winner. A rising tide lifts all ships, baby.
That's
so,
very
like,
true.
I'm like, they're using this as leverage, but legally, thus is the world. They actually had something to lean on with that. So they were like, look.
The fact that they have something to lean on with that is kind of crazy.
If you
Stupid loophole.
don't agree to these terms, 15% retroactive.
I sell you this, but actually, I'm not gonna tell you it's stolen. In about 2 years, I'm gonna come back to this, and I'm gonna say, yo, this was actually stolen, and it's your problem, and you gotta give it back. Also, you gotta give some money, yeah? What?
Master split. This share on publishing.
Also, I'm gonna challenge your livelihood by giving you a copyright strike for no reason. What?
£3,000 advance against the master. We're going to take 100% of what you own. At this point, I'm obviously pretty annoyed, which is pretty understandable, right? Anyway, at this point, they've got my attention, so there's no reason they need to use the video for Sick Boy as leverage, right? So I give them a fair warning. I'm like, mate, if you don't put the video back up on Friday, I'm going to have to put a public post explaining why it's down. And I give him a fair warning, which is also important to remember, because later on he plays the victim, saying that I've put a post encouraging my fans to bully him, which I didn't. I gave him a fair warning about it. I never once encouraged them to bully him. I just
You have more respect for bank robbers.
needed to explain why my video was down, because this was proper
Honestly,
stressing me out. And
Kinda, yeah, if they don't have guns, though.
I feel like I didn't want to be silenced about the whole situation. But the time comes around, I put the post out, and I'm always still thinking for like a positive.
These actions and words that KUJO has used, I've seen in the past. This is all just the most horrible things you can possibly do. You can lie, you can cheat, you can just outright ignore stuff. You can choose to not do things, turn everything around on its head. You can then make yourself look the hero and make REN look like a villain, and that's what he's trying real hard. The only problem is he's messing with REN. REN, who everyone sees as the most honest person. Like, I see REN as one of the most honest peoples that are walking on this planet right now, and he's trying to fight him on an internet-based level, and trying to be the good guy and making REN look like, oh, I'm not the dishonest one. You are the dishonest one, Mr. REN. No, KUJO is going down in the public eye to the next level. He's never getting up. He may be getting some money. I don't know how it's gonna work. But good for you, KUJO. I hope you're happy with what happened.
Solution here. So I have like a brainwave of like, oh, I've got a brilliant solution, right? So I approach him and I'm like, dude, look, I know that things got complicated here, but out of principle, I don't really want to budge on the master split for this thing, but I've got a much better idea, because a lot of my fan base are like now giving him, because I put the public post out, a lot of my fan base are giving him grief, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want this guy's life to get ruined because of this. Like, is despite how frustrated it's made me. I don't want this guy to get ruined. I don't want him to get abused about it. I just wanted to get the song back. That was the thing. So like, I sent him a message. I'm like, dude,
we can talk right now if you like, or if you wanna talk in private, that's also fine.
Dude, look, I thought of a thing, because I am a man of principle. I didn't want to bend to threats and stuff about the song being claimed 100%. So I'm like, I've got a much better idea. Let's make a song. We'll split it 50-50 down the middle. Master, publishing, everything. A song from scratch. Then if we do that way, it'll be like a fuck you to the industry, yeah.
Sick! I love that idea.
Me on a track, You'll make
But he definitely said no to that.
way more money this way because it's 50-50. You'll also get my fan base on your side. It's going to be a great thing.
Exactly.
Because I'm always like, I want to look forward. I don't want to look backwards. I don't want to look at all these things that happened in the past. I'm like, this is actually going to make him even more. And he rejected it.
But why? I don't want to bleed you dry or ask for anything that I'm not owed. Yeah, that's definitely the reason. Yeah, sure, buddy. Or maybe he felt that it probably wasn't good enough. I've always treated every artist I've ever worked with as more than fairly. Yeah, sure, that's a lie. I think it's also fair to say that the details of these negotiations far surpass our comprehension, as we are merely artists and have no background in law. Just drop it, man. Just drop the entire thing. Drop the entire thing. Just release it all and make a song.
He turned it down, which I still think to this day is a bit of a silly move given what happened and what had happened next. But it's a shame, man. And if you're watching this, you really should have taken that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are watching it. You really should have taken that deal. It was brilliant. Not only would it set you up with way more money, which is obviously what you most care about in this situation, but it also got loads of my fans on your side, which would also set you up for all things that you release independently as well, and you'd have come out this
That's
looking
true.
good.
The more eyes on you, the more eyes will be later, and it will just keep on rolling. And the fact that he didn't take it is a. Not only is he greedy, he's also, I'm gonna say it, that wasn't the wisest move. Fill in the gaps yourself.
Shame. I offered you that olive branch. I offered quite a few olive branches on numerous occasions, which you weren't interested in. Then after that, there's a post on Instagram saying that I've stolen samples from people, which is bizarre because I never have. So I send him a message being like, he said that a British artist has got in touch with him and been like, REN steal samples, which is obviously complete made up bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. So I messaged him about that. I'm like, what samples have I stolen? The Vera Hall one that I just put out, totally cleared. We cleared that with publishing company because I actually don't like steal my samples. And then any covers that I've done, they're just on YouTube. You're allowed to do that because there's a cover license on YouTube. So like, what are you talking about? To which he then just like ignores it, takes the post down.
Of course he ignores it. Of course.
And then like, and then just goes on some other fucking tangent. So it's like kind of grasping at straws here to make
actual menace to society.
You look like the bad guy. So we arranged to have this call with the lawyers and KUJO, and I'm actually really excited to have the call because it's the first time I can talk to KUJO face to face, deal with this like grown-ups, like adults.
Yeah, but I have a small feeling like KUJO is only gonna be even worse.
And talk to each other. But it's not how it pans out. So we get on the call, and the first thing that happens is the lawyer just says, look, Ren, I think that you taking this public was very unprofessional. And I was like, hold on a second. I wasn't the person who took this public, first of all. Like, taking the video down is
public.
An aggressive move. And also,
yeah, I
didn't take it public, first of all. KUJO was commenting countless things on his YouTube before I even made the comment. Calling me a liar, a coward, a numb. So, like, to say that I took this public, nah, I just responded to what happened and then explained to my fans why the song was down.
He just did the same, but he has a bigger audience. It's the same.
Posts are still up for everyone to see. All the posts on his comments are still
and he even lied in them, and he changed it up and covered his tracks
for everybody to see. So first of all, it was kind of like we got into it straight away with me like having to be like, I put it straight, and then everyone was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. The funniest thing about that call is KUJO was on it. He did not say a single word.
Wow.
Even when I like addressed him with questions,
wow,
his lawyer would interject and go, I can answer that. And
I knew that would happen. I knew it would get even worse because those calls are dangerous. You know, that they can see that as an opportunity to gain even more, or they can see that as an opportunity to take the other person down.
I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to talk to the person who's like, you know, like an adult. I want to talk to this person. And then my lawyer there's even a moment where my lawyer's like, look, I want to address this question to KUJO. Do you actually feel like this situation is fair? He says nothing, and the lawyer interjects again. So for that whole call, which, you know, took about half an hour, 40 minutes, he didn't say a single word. And I thought that was disrespectful.
It's kind of just sad. You have a call planned, and all you get is a lawyer who's by the books and biased as well.
Given the circumstances, he later claimed that it was because he doesn't legally know enough and it should be between the lawyers. But no, man, like, regardless of your legal knowledge, we can still have a conversation like adults.
The only reason he's standing behind that law thing is because that's the only thing he can hold on to. That's the only thing that he knows that's gonna get. Now I have something to hold on to. And that's the only thing I'm gonna do. And that's I'm gonna get my money forever.
It's like I'm not.
No. Like, are you stupid?
I'm not here to try and like intimidate or anything like that. I want to talk to you like a grown-up, brother. And
like a human.
That didn't happen. I wasn't afforded that luxury. I was talking a fair bit on that call about how I felt about the situation and what I felt was right. And
if this is ever going to a court, they're going to use that against them.
Also said on that call that I didn't think that a retroactive split was right, because of all the reasons I've mentioned, but it is what
they definitely recorded that call as well.
It is, man. And then we came off the call and I felt pretty let down by it, to be honest. This is where the plot gets even more ridiculous, and I'm sorry this is a long video, guys, but this is
it's gonna be even more ridiculous. All right, I'm in.
And this is emotionally exhausting, this bit. So I read a bunch of comments on Instagram from this person talking about the contract, saying things that aren't actually in the contract. I'm like, who the is this? So I messaged him and be like, yo, by the way, you're misinformed. The contract actually doesn't state that it's on me to clear the samples. Then I click on the profile. I realise that it's KUJO's girlfriend, so I immediately unsend all those messages. Because to be
his girlfriend gets involved. All right.
Click on the profile. I realise that it's KUJO's girlfriend, so I immediately unsend all those messages. Because to be honest, look, he was getting grief from my fans, and I think to myself, you know what? He needs someone supporting him, even though that he's been an arsehole. I don't want to like start messaging his girlfriend and shit, whatever. I'll leave her out of this.
Exactly.
But she sees that I've unsent the messages and she instigates the conversation, says, have you done an oopsie?
Oh my god, they're both horrible. Oh my god, have you done an oopsie here? You're talking to REN. What are you doing?
We start chatting for a long time. We'll put those messages up so that you can read it.
Good.
It actually ends up...
KUJO's girl's a big part of the minimalist. Oh, yeah, I can tell. Look at this. This is the biggest wall of text. This is... Hold up. Let me just completely... Unless it's... Fed your community, we both... Wow. Even the caps. The lies you fed to the community. You say you're an underdog. But yes, this public humiliation thing on your channel. Wow. What? I know that... He's a strange... What?
It seems to me like it's like semi-amicable after a while of talking to each other. Oh. Like you can pause this and read this if you want. It's like...
I lost my trust when I saw his comments. We both think it was very uncool. Now, I think it's uncool to send a copyright strike. He lost trust in you when you did that. It felt like a low blow. Oh yeah, no, but lying isn't a low blow.
Like, basically the long and short of it is like, she feels like KUJO's been
A dude he used to work with stole his beats, claimed credit, still making money. Well, he could have been making money.
Represented and feels like it's a lot of the industry's fault, my lawyer's fault and stuff like that, which is kind of what...
They're always blaming it.
KUJO feels like, right? She then threatens to break my kneecaps, which, even though it's a little bit out of...
What? Just on that, REN is gonna win.
Pocket, you know me, I laugh about it. The thing that rubs me up about things like that is, if that had been the other way around, I never actually once got violent about...
Yeah, if REN said that, he would have been in jail right now.
This situation of that.
But no, a woman said it to REN, so it's okay for some reason.
I'd been the other way around. They would have been like, REN's such a violent... Later on, they would have been like, REN's such a violent person or using bully tactics, because they've spoken about like how I'm using bully tactics by...
They are using bully tactics.
Simply talking about the situation publicly.
This feels so many narcissistic strategies are happening right here.
Transparently. She also gaslights me by saying, you know, like, imagine what would have happened if he had mental health issues. I have a very long list of mental health issues. I am the person with mental health issues. You're not considering what it does to my mental health, are you, when you take down a song that means that much to me? A song
Zero empathy.
I've poured into that. I'm exposing a part of me that's very vulnerable about my health journey. Like, you're not considering that, are you? All I've done is post publicly about the situation.
So basically, a tactic that narcissists use is, and I'm not saying that KUJO or his girlfriend is a narcissist, but like it reminds me a lot, and it kind of all, like, it'll make sense in a second. All right. So what those kind of people do is they isolate the one that they are trying to control. They isolate it from everyone else in the world. You know, the family, friends, those horrible, those people are horrible, blah blah blah. And then they get isolated, and the only person who can give them joy and all the negative things are the narcissists themselves. They get full control eventually, if you keep going with them. They're isolating him by saying, you shouldn't have gone to your community. You can't get help. You can't do that. I can. But you can't, because you have a big following. That's different. No. Don't isolate. Oh my God, it's horrible. And I feel like that girlfriend is even more beyond than KUJO himself.
I've never told anybody to send you guys abuse or anything like that.
That's what it seems like.
Actually, if anybody's watching this right now, for clarity, even though I am very annoyed about the situation, I don't want anyone to send them abuse. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm annoyed about the situation.
We're going to keep it at this video. We're not going to fight and find KUJO. That's I've seen people do that. I don't think it's
situation, but it's done now. The song's down. It's gone. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm not trying to ruin somebody's life over this. I'll have my own form of revenge, as you'll see at the end of this video, but I'm not trying to ruin anyone's life over this. So
that's what you were all on about. He'll have his own kind of revenge. Oh, my justice senses are tingling.
Like, if they say to me that I'm trying to incentivize stuff like that, I'm not, guys. I don't want you to go and abuse them, right? But it is up to me to talk.
My justice senses are going real hard right now.
Talked about this situation fairly. So, like, we seem to make some middle ground. She's even talking to me about, like, her ADHD and knows that I've got ADHD and, like, you know, maybe we just got... And so I'm like, you know what? She seems pretty level-headed, right?
Oh, no, I don't think you fully got her... It's whoever cries the most has the saddest sob story wins, not truth or facts. Yep. Whoever can cry the hardest. Whoever can get the most eyes. And I don't think they're winning. I don't think KUJO is winning, even though he is winning legally somehow, because he's doing everything he can to do. I know, but that was unfair of you to force a deal with him this publicly. It's a bit of a violation. Shut up. You can be upset and disagree with the terms or even think he's the biggest scammy sick in the world. Yeah, he is. But you can't force him into public like that. But he brought it public himself. If he just sent a little DM, kept it private, not an issue. But guess what? No.
So, like, cool.
No.
You know what? Maybe these guys it's just a big misunderstanding and we can figure a way to amicably...
How can you have thought that, Ren? What?
Sort this out. And I say to her, look...
I mean, Ren is, in his defense, always giving the other one the benefit of the doubt. Always.
Yeah, I'm happy to split the publishing, but I don't really want to split the master out of principle because I bought this, right? You know, but... Then at this point I start being like, you know what, maybe I'll split some of the master for the future stuff just to get this out of the way, even though I don't believe I should because they've stolen the beat with a stolen sample.
Yeah, eventually you just want to get over with it.
I'm like, if this just gets this over the line, I'm happy to split the future master. I even say that in the email thread to the lawyers and stuff, right?
Again, Ren went back on his own terms. He went back on his own terms. said, all right, I'll give you some of the mastering, even though he was clearly heavy against it.
So I'm like,
So he's giving himself up again.
I'm conceding a little bit here because I just want this situation
Conceding, that's the word.
done with. We end on a good note in this conversation. Then the next morning, I wake up to posts from her all over my Reddit lying about the contract, and then I see a comment on Anthony Ray's video where he's talking about the situation from her, saying this is what the contract says, and she made up she wrote a whole passage that wasn't even in our contract. It was completely made up. So after her being super nice to me behind the scenes in this conversation and feeling like I wake up to read this and I'm like, I start losing my mind because I'm like, these guys, they're like, they pretend they're on my side and then it's just like they publicly post all this stuff. So I'm like,
as if they try to get on his good side. Try to get more information out of him. Just feed us all the information. And now we're gonna lie. Publicly.
I put her up on it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, first of all, this is defamation. You can't...
Yeah, dude, come on. It is defamation. Wow, actually.
I'll be out here, like, making up stuff that's not even in the contract, you know? So she's like... yeah, it's ridiculous. Right, so next, I find a bunch of messages on Reddit from KUJO's girlfriend.
Trying to hold on to ransom for 100% of the monetization on YouTube. Trying to get more than original just agreement just to get... Assuming REN is actually so loaded you can milk him when he's independent artist.
Lying about the contract, which I'm going to put up here, which is actually very illegal, by the way.
Wait.
Lying about the contract, which I'm going to put up here, which is actually very illegal, by the way.
Very illegal.
No, I won't be pressing charges over it. I just want to get this situation out of the way, but...
He's not even pressing charges.
So I'm just going to put all these up for you to pause and read if you want to.
Wow.
It's ridiculous, basically. She also says that I was obviously upset, so I wasn't the most cooperative. As you guys, if you skip back in this video, you'll see I was extremely cooperative when I found out what was going on. I was being very amicable when I...
REN was so obviously upset he wasn't the most cooperative. He refused to fully acknowledge that his mistake on his end, because it isn't a mistake on his end. I think I really think that this girlfriend is even worse than KUJO, and that girlfriend is also planting all of those thoughts into KUJO's head, and it's a problem.
Video, you'll see I was extremely...
She makes up lies. It's even worse than what KUJO is doing somehow.
Extremely cooperative when I found...
That's what it seems like, at least.
...out what was going on. I was being very amicable when I was trying to offer KUJO solutions and being amazingly supportive and sympathetic.
There's a massive list of things. Girlfriend's a perfect permanent period. That was yeah, exactly. This is bad. This is real bad. The list of things that REN has done in order to set it right, to try to find out new creative opportunities, do things differently, all rejected. Just lies.
Refused to fully acknowledge that a mistake on my end causing KUJO not to get paid was at the heart of all of this. It wasn't. A stolen sample was at the heart of all of this. Yes, the publishers, right, failed to correctly register KUJO, which wasn't anything to do with me. They've now remedied that, and there'll be a back payment for whatever percentage we end up on. No money's been lost here.
So he's doing it again. He's giving again.
Right? That is something that was the publisher's fault, which I was very annoyed about, which I actually sent a message to the publishers.
Oh my god, my Windows just stopped working.
About explaining how annoyed I was about that situation.
Sorry for that little text right there.
Fighting for KUJO in that, when I didn't have to fight for KUJO because he was being a prick, right?
Yeah.
So I sent that message to them anyway, fighting on KUJO's side, because despite all of this, I am a man of principle still, right? I kept threatening to sue and go public. No, I didn't. I wasn't threatening to sue.
Exactly.
I did say I would go public if my song carried on being used as leverage. I gave them a very fair warning because they didn't need to use the video as leverage, and they kept on doing that.
Yep.
That was because I kept getting hundreds of messages a day from my fans being like, where's the video, where's the video? And I wanted to address it all at once. And I also felt like I was being treated extremely unfairly, right?
He is... Wow.
I had to accept by giving up all my shares of the song in exchange for a fixed fee.
REN kept on threatening to sue and to go public. They took it public.
Yeah, that was something between my lawyers. REN took it public the next morning. Yes, I did.
KUJO also claimed to me and publicly that he'd been chasing publishing money for over a year with no reply, which is why he was so annoyed. Ed did his girlfriend. Yep. This was another lie. Oh. Hilarious. Dude, literally in a message you posted yesterday, proof hold up. Okay, but wait, you can. It's Paul emailed. Oh. That's a pretty, I don't know. The bottom one for, oh, I don't know, I don't have sense of time because of ADHD. Lol. Dude, I can show you screenshot proof and you literally claimed you were reaching out for a year last night. 3 months ago, not a year. What happened?
Right, let's take this home now. At this point, I've just lost all amicability, right? I'm pissed off.
What is amicability? What does that mean?
I messaged KUJO's girlfriend and him saying...
The video goes back up when the agreement is signed and I get my first payment. That's insane. He just keeps on using Sick Boy, right? Sick Boy, the name of the album, the song, the insanely close song that he has been working on, and is flat out saying, if I don't get what I want, I will keep this video hostage. That is what is happening.
It's the first time I've threatened to sue, but I'm like, if I see any more lies from you guys about this situation, I will sue you guys. Because it's like...
As he should. It's defamation.
That's my public image. Like, I pride myself on the fairness that I show everyone that I work with, right? And my principles. And I'm also very against greed, and I stand against it militantly, which a lot of you will know from my work and how I...
The problem, though, with defamatory suing things is that the person who claims... Wait, what's it called again? The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. It's a wonder. It's a miracle that Johnny Depp won. Because the defamation usually doesn't... Usually the guy that has done the defamation usually just wins. And that's... Oh no, there was never any defamation happening. That's what usually happens. I just finished the video. I cannot believe how outrageous the whole situation is from KUJO's side. Jesus Christ, that dude is tripping. The girlfriend even harder. Brand handling so well. Yeah, he gave him very many.
Treat people. How I treat people that I
You know how hard people fought back in the day for people and
work with, right?
Rights.
So them spreading this stuff that I'm trying to be greedy here massively hurts my public image. So
yeah.
I was like, if you guys lie anymore about this, yeah, I'm going to do something about it, basically. And then I'm talking to KUJO and things get more heated. We get another email from their lawyer saying, you know, like, if you won't agree to our terms, we will take 100% of the song. That's where we stand on it. That is final. If you do not agree to this retroactive master split...
What? We stole the idea. We stole the sound. We sell this to you. We keep everything you made. Deal? What?
Taking everything. So I messaged back. I'm going to show you that email. I messaged back, essentially summarizing this email. I just say, I'm going to take down the song myself. I'm fed up of this. I'm fed up of you threatening me with my own song that I poured myself into. I've explained what it means to me. I explained to both of them what it means to me. So I'm like, I'm taking it down myself. I don't want to let them win over this. I've been in situations in the music industry.
You tried... You know what? This is hilarious. Alright. So, basically, KUJO is like this. If you don't do what we say, we kill the song. We kill it. And Ren is like, all right, sure. You know what? I'll do it myself. but my leverage. But like, what do I have now? He has nothing.
Before where I had to concede because I was broke and I just had to let a powerful, greedy person win over me, you know, like. And I know this is not the same situation. It's not like KUJO is like this in
That's
this
hilarious.
huge position of power here, but how they've dealt with this whole situation was ridiculous. So I was like,
It's really
rather
bad.
than like bend to this leverage and just out of principle, I'm just going to take the song off. And it's ironic, man, because the song is about greed, you know. And it hurts me a lot that it's down now. It proper hurts me, man.
It kind of is full circle now.
I can't stress that enough because of what the song was and what the song meant to me, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. So I sent these emails. I also sent a mass email out to everybody, the publisher, KUJO, the lawyers involved, just saying how disappointed I am across the board, even from people on my side. I was just disappointed at how this whole situation been dealt with, because ultimately at the core of this situation, the only person getting proper hurt financially from this is me. Yep. Right, because of my hard work that I've done to promote this music, because of my story and how that's been exploited. I'm the person who will suffer future losses for the earnings, and the regardless of earnings, fuck earnings for a second. That song I was proud of. What it meant to people, I was proud of. The messages that I get from people every day, telling me like how much they relate to the song, how much it helps them through difficult times. You know, like that's
emotional.
Gone now. That's taken away from people. So yeah, I'm pissed off. Anyway,
he's getting emotional.
So I sent that email out. Me and KUJO share some pretty heated words. If you're a petty person, you'll probably like.
Pretty rich coming from you, mate. Yeah, that's probably after he said, all right, I'll just keep it down. Now he doesn't have any leverage anymore. So basically,
I'd like to pause on some of this.
Tell him your terms. Let's finish this, and I give anything about the details anymore. I want this to be over. That's obviously a lie. He just wants the money.
It's ridiculous.
Man-child, yeah, exactly.
One of the things that.
Yo. The fact that he said stupid with AHH tells me that KUJO is not the most serious person.
But the piss the most that he said when I just lost my cool at this point. I lost all.
Don't threaten me, idiot. We never lied. We never lied, he said. Where's my money? Yeah.
Patience. One of the funny
You stole a beat, my man, and you just want the money.
Things he said after all this was like, if you really cared about your fans,
wait,
or patience.
Can we stop the pretty You literally said to me that it was my responsibility to clear the samples multiple times. Can we stop the petty shut?
One of the funny things he said after all this was like, if you really cared about your fans, then you would leave them the song. So he was turning it around.
If you really cared about the fans, you would leave them the song. Just saying, wow, that's low. That's some low stuff. If you really cared about the song, you gotta do what I say.
On me when he'd used
that's what's happening.
The song as leverage. He said, if you cared about your fans, you leave it up for them. Then he said, I'm letting my pride and ego get in the way because I'm not paying him money that I didn't think he deserved for selling a stolen beat, right? Mm-hmm. He's saying that that's my ego. It's my ego's fault. Yeah. And then he's just saying, he kept saying, just pay me, let me get my bag, I want the money, just give me my money. I explained to him again, like, dude, I'm not the person that pays you the money. I've explained this to you so many times. It's the publisher. And he's like, all right.
Then peace. Your music sucks, by the way. Wow.
Right, cool. It finally seems to sink in that, like,
yeah, because he knows it's over. He can't do anything. He said, all right, you can have him. Okay. Pew. And now it's over. He accepted it. He knows he can't do anything. There's nothing that can happen for him if he goes on talking with Ren.
Like, dude, I'm not the person that pays you the money. I've explained this to you so many times. It's the publisher. And he's like, all right, cool. It finally seems to sink in that, like, I haven't stolen this man's money. I haven't taken a penny of this man's money.
The only one who has stolen something is KUJO.
Publisher was at fault for not registering it properly, and they're resolving that, and then he'll get his money from the publishing. I don't want a penny of that. I don't care about that money. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever. He deserves a bit of money for making that part of the beat. Sure. He shouldn't have stolen a sample and sold it to me. Theoretically, he could have all of his publishing taken away, but even after all of this, I still agreed to give him a bit of a publishing split, just to shut him up.
Yep.
Man, so it's like, I could have been even more petty and dug my feet in there, but I just want this situation over with. So the song's down. The funniest comment that I'm going to end this on, because this is going to be some album artwork, by the way. Single artwork, sorry.
That's gonna be hilarious. Look at that smile. That smile of content, like, I'm gonna use this as a single artwork and you can't do anything about it.
Here's the next announcement. He goes, all right, peace. Your music sucks, by the way. Which is really funny, considering
that's hilarious.
you know, the message earlier where he told me that it was an honor, or it was like, it was really good to work with me. You know, funny. It's funny, hypocritical. Funny.
It's a lie again.
But yeah, sure, my music sucks, brother. Cool.
One of the two is a lie. You choose which
single
one.
artwork. Which leads me to my last point, ladies and gentlemen. I'm releasing a song about this whole situation.
Uh-huh.
And it's dedicated to KUJO.
Ah.
And it's coming out next week. It's coming out a week today.
I heard Thursday next week. Sadly, I have work then, but I can try to say, yo, can I leave a little earlier so I can film this? I'll try my best for you.
It's called KUJO Beatdown.
Funny.
And I love it. We made an amazing video for it. I made a beat.
Thank you,
By
Shirley.
the way, the beat has no unlicensed samples in it. I made the whole thing myself.
Yeah,
I wrote all the lyrics
Shane.
myself. All the beats are mine. And that'll be going up on YouTube.
This is turning all around. It's some shade. We got some artwork. We're gonna have a song.
And Spotify next week. I'll also be recreating Sick Boy, because those lyrics and that arrangement is mine. So for the anniversary of Sick Boy, the album, you will be getting Sick Boy, the beat, remade, bigger and better than ever, without KUJO's input on it.
Yeah.
So look forward
destroyed
to that as well. And then there's also a third song dropping.
We ain't stopping there.
There's a little bit more positive. Next week's song is angry, alright? I'm just going to warn you there. And before KUJO and his, like, before they start complaining about blah, 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 artistic license here, you know what? I've said my piece. I'm not interested in ruining your life, bro, but I felt like I needed to get it out somehow. And so I got it out somehow. And I hope you're watching this, man. And I hope you enjoy the song.
He definitely is watching.
It's dedicated to you, baby. Anyway, guys, I know that this was a long video, but I wanted that.
If he puts something in the comments, I'm gonna lose it. He didn't. No, he didn't. He's scared. He's scared now. Like, oppa.
To be no doubt as to where everything stood in this situation and why you don't have a song that means so much to so many people and means so much to me. But there will be a revamped version of that song coming very soon, guys. And if you've made it this far, thank you. Sincerely. And I hope there can be no doubt as to this situation. Thank you.
Oh my God. KUJO is over. REN let the hostage die. It's not a person. It's a song and it can be remade. That's hilarious. They have nothing to stand on anymore. It's over. No future earnings. You pushed it too far. You should have taken the song chance. It's over. GG. good game. Good luck next time, you know? So that's basically what happened with REN. And now only good things is gonna come out of it. Let's get it. Alright, I'll see you very soon when REN drops it next week. I'll try to be there as soon as possible. I'll even ask to go out of my job sooner. Because this is history right here, you know. We gotta be there. I'll try to be there at my hardest. So, I'll see you soon. Hopefully you liked some REN situation stuff together with me. Because this is... I hope I shed some extra insight in this video. Because I've had my fair share of these type of people. Hope you understand a little bit more. It was an hour-long video. Didn't expect to do this on a Friday. But hey, there we go. See you very soon. Bye-bye.